months. We have tried a few different mono red artifact aggro mid-range shells in the past. Maybe let me actually pull up a couple of those lists to kind of talk about how we got here. Although all my deck lists are still really disorganized and okay, never mind. So we played a few different decks that are like super low to the ground, mono red, Ragavan, Asmo, food strategies with like Shrapnel Blast, sometimes Bowmat Courier, Galvanic Blast a lot of the time, like kind of low to the ground aggro decks. We've played some bigger versions with Academy Manufactor and Giapur Aether Grid. And I think that this package of getting to play Asmo, Ragavan, Urza Saga in the food shell gives you a lot of like early powerful threats, lots of powerful grindy potential, and then a lot of interesting artifact synergies. And what's really important with these food decks is that it's very easy to get somewhat lost in the sauce, which maybe we are today. But it's very easy to get lost in the sauce and just durdle forever and ever and ever and ever and never actually do anything with all of your food tokens and all of your resources, and you just kind of like lose to your opponent's game plan, or you get interacted with in a meaningful way and you just lose. So this list, instead of trying to play Galvanic Blast, Shrapnel Blast, Bowmat Courier, these kind of cards would be really aggressive, however, we're trying to play Trash for Treasure. A very powerful 3-mana spell. As an additional cost to cast it, you sacrifice an artifact. Easy enough in this deck. And you can return any artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. So the big idea is that this is a mono red food deck with lots of grindy potentials. He's in Pyromancer, Ragavan, Epicure, Asmo, Daredevil, the usual suspects. There's a Saga. And you kind of have this 2-card combo of Goblin Engineer. Put one of these 3 cards in the graveyard, whichever one you need. The kind of idea is like this is disruption for Cascade and combo decks. The God-Pharaoh statue, although is also just like really good to put into play early. Inkwell Leviathan is good against Murktide and 4-color, especially if you can get a Shadowspear on it. If you can get a Shadowspear on this card, I think the game just ends. And God-Pharaoh's Gift is like a good grindy value card too, puts a lot of pressure on your opponents. And then what's also cool about God-Pharaoh's Gift is if your Goblin Engineer dies, then you can get back your Engineer with Gift and then put a Leviathan in the graveyard. It will still just be a 4/4 if you gift it, but it'll be 4/4 Island Walk, Trample, Shroud. How's it feel to be employed by eBay? You can quote me on that. Oh no, okay. Well, I accidentally dragged the sideboard into the deck. Don't worry, I spent a lot of time on the list. I know where everything goes. I think one of the Dins is here, and Boldinger, and the Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. It's kind of like the Reanimator variants where you have like this backup plan or plan A, but you just have this 2-card combo. You also have a lot of other ways to discard any of these 3 cards. If you draw them, you have 3 of them. You're going to draw them pretty often. You have Voldaren Epicure, you have Underworld Cookbook, you have Seasoned Pyromancer to loot these away, and as soon as you draw a Trash for Treasure, you get to put them into play. As far as the rest of the deck goes, we have 1 Din of the Bugbear for matchups where we want to cut Urza Saga, Ensnaring Bridge for, I think, Living End, Hammer Time, maybe Murktide, but mostly, and other matchups, mostly those. Welding Jar is I think largely in the deck to protect Ensnaring Bridge versus disenchant effects, or protect one of these. I'm not sure that you want to play the Welding Jar, but most of the sideboard is either Goblin Engineer targets or Urza Saga targets. We have Pyrite Spellbomb for Sanctifier and Vec, Lantern for Living In, Needle for Yawgmoth, and then you could also tutor up Voidmeter and Damping Sphere with Goblin Engineer. That could be relevant. Platinum Emperion is a card I think I'm bringing in against Hammer, although they can still kill you with Inkmoth Nexus. But if you can go Platinum Emperion, Needle, Inkmoth Nexus, that's hard for them to beat. Sundering Titan's good against 4-color, maybe good against Dryad decks. And then we have Leyline of the Sanctity in the sideboard, mostly for creativity. Creativity is super popular. It's a hard matchup, so we're really respecting it. Okay, let's start playing. Jacob with the 14 months. Kubran with the 15. Tutors, good to see you. You don't need the Needle for Yawgmoth. Okay, let me actually cut that real quick. My only concern is not going to notice the Shadowspear thing. Oh no! You can't equip Shadowspear to the Inkwell Leviathan. Hold on, because that was kind of like my plan. That was my plan against Murktide, was equip a Shadowspear to an Inkwell. Is it better to play a different threat in the main deck? It didn't come up in my testing last night. The testing went pretty well though. Gaslight 24 months, John West 6. Yeah, maybe the Inkwell goes in the sideboard then. We can main deck the Sundering Titan, we can main deck the Platinum Emperion, we can main deck a Worm Coil. Let's put the Sundering Titan in the main. Let's do it. Let's be bad. And then let's cut the Pithing Needle like Tutors suggested. Oh, I have to get the drop though. Good catch, good catch. The problem with Sphinx of the Steel Wind is that shit gets blocked by Murktide Regent. You know what I mean? That shit just gets blocked by Murktide Regent. Gaslight the 24 months, Watts of the 6, thank you. And Jacob would give it the 14. Oh, dude, this hand is nuts. This hand is insane. Oh, also Power Conduit works with Aether Vial. You can power out that Gigant though. Okay, maybe this hand's good for sure. Good for sure. Yeah, so like I think that this is probably not going to be as good a version as the blue-red version, just because Imri filling up your graveyard is so important. I think that you could compensate for that a little bit by playing Dragon Rage's Channeler in the list. Four on Earth is also a lot. On Earth, I don't know. I mean, you don't have any 3-mana creatures. Yeah, you can't play on Earth in a deck without any 3-mana creatures, even as like, whoa, dude. Turn 1 Glistener Elf. Fable counters or charge counters? Fable counters are not charge counters, but you can peel the counter off a Saga with Power Conduit to keep using those Saga abilities turn after turn. Wait, my opponent's on 62 cards? Okay, can we just draw a Daredevil? I did cut one, I am down to 3. I think that's fine though. Yeah, I would probably just play Dragon Regis Channeler over Unearth. I think your deck is like effectively mono red. You can be all mountains and then 4 black-red pathways for Daredevil Hardcast. Your mana just becomes so much better. Oh, this is also 62. Yeah, I just noticed that this is 62. I mean, you could probably cut... Could maybe cut the 3rd Grinding Station. I don't think that you need... With 4 Engineers, I don't know if you need to like have 3 in the deck. No way! Dude, this is the pain of the Infect player, is... Your opponent's just... I don't know, I feel like I draw extra well against Infect, you know? Check out Rainbow Pathway. Oh, no. Hold on, let me kill this Glistener Elf. Oh, Asmo is funny against Infect creatures. No, although notably, Phyrexian Crusader is going to be an incredibly difficult card to beat. Although we have artifacts, you know, Saga tokens can block and stuff. You ever attack with an Asmo on turn 2? I guess a lot of people probably have, huh? Okay, it's a mix between a pathway, fastway, and mana conflicts. 3-mana portal enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. Enters the battlefield, choose a basic land type. 3-mana portal is the chosen type in addition to other types. Mana abilities of 3-mana portal cost an additional 1 life to activate. And it's a gate. Seems worse than like a mana confluence, right? But it gets the type and it's a gate. It's interesting. Can choose waste? I don't know if you can. Wastes are so weird. I'm gonna take this up. Might end up vialing in Ovalchase Daredevil to block a Crusader this game. Oh, and I could just now vial in Goblin Engineer. Which is unreal lucky, I think. So we'll just cast the Power Conduit here. I could also Power Conduit up the Aether Vial. Yeah, I agree that Crusader is well positioned. The problem is like the rest of the Infect deck isn't, but I agree. Phyrexian Crusader is a really good card. We need Conduit before Fable, now that I think about it. You can play the Fable first, and then play the Conduit the next turn, if you want to. I think. I guess, oh, not, maybe if you're just trying to make a token every turn, you can't, but you can loot every turn too with the Daredevil. There's the Crusader, which has protection from Asmo. I can just block it with Ovalchase Daredevil every single turn, though. Just kind of funny. Can block it this turn, since I can power up the Vial with the... Oh, no, I have to take a counter from somewhere to take up the Vial. Let me get... I'm gonna get the Manufactor this turn, though. And then that would give me the mana to Fable, I think. I love Engineer. Engineer's like, you know, one of, I think, the cards in Modern that has the most like unrealized potential. This card is like crazy powerful, but has always felt like it's just missing something. I did see the new Merfolk Lord. That card's very good, I think. Alright, so put a Manufactor into play. Triple... triple token. Oh, you could remove a -1 counter inflicted via Phyrexian Crusader? That is actually pretty cool. Opponent is not using their F6 button. Players are not permanents. Yeah, but creatures are permanents. Yeah, you can't take them from yourself. And this draw has been nuts. Can Power Conduit break up the Yawgmoth loop? I don't think the -1 counters being on them are that relevant. Yeah, our draw was definitely really nuts this game. You can't interact with energy costs. Yeah. You can't take counters off the players. You can take the Power Conduits from a permanent you control. So my plan here is to take the counter off the Fable, put it on the Aether Vial, so I can block Phyrexian Crusader with Ovalchase Daredevil. I don't know if they're ever activating the Inkmoth Nexus. You didn't want to scale up this one? The one that's got protection? Oh, man. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I mean, sure. Like, scaling up the Crusader is not as good because I can just chump with the Manufactor, but it's probably better than scaling up the Nexus. Have people bugged me about the new Artificer? I don't think I've seen the new Artificer yet. Three mutagenic growths. Even if they have 3 mutagenic growths there, it still gets 5 -1/-1 counters. Alright, so put a charge counter on this, peeling from the Fable. Rancor scale up would be lethal. No, I don't think so. Maybe put some mutagenic growths though. So we just get to chump this with the Daredevil every single turn. Maria, I feel like there should be an L in here somewhere. Scholar of Antiquity. 1 red-green, tap an untapped non-token artifact you control. Add green, non-token is big. Big ripoff. Tap 2 untapped non-token artifacts. Exile top card of your library, you may play it this turn. Okay, is my opponent dead? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, or 9? Hold on, so I go cast Shadowspear, get back Daredevil. Discard Daredevil, equip, put it, and yeah, I have 9. Equip here. Power Conduit, counter. Attack for 9. Okay, so we're on the draw against Infect. Cards I want. Okay, dude. So I can't believe I got asked about Platinum Angel over Emperion. I'm like, oh, you can't unholy heat this, and then we immediately get paired against Infect. I'm gonna bring in Ensnaring Bridge. Welding Jar seems good. I could also want Needle for Nexus. Needle for Nexus is probably fine. We don't have any flyers, so could definitely see that card being an issue. Probably gonna cut the Sundering Titan. Just be fine with God-Pharaoh's Gift, God-Pharaoh's Statue in this matchup. The Shadowspear doesn't seem very relevant. Then we can also cut a Fable being kind of slow on the draw. Could cut a Power Conduit. Could cut a land on the draw. Oh, Pyrite Spellbomb. Yeah, I think those. Yeah, I'm on board. Yeah, Power Conduit seems kind of slow in this matchup. So does Fable. Let's be a little lower to the ground. Yeah, we have a I've done this a few times in the past, but like there's like a few matchups where you don't really want to play the full 4 sagas because people bring in so much hate against you. So the 4th din of the Bugbear you can bring in to dodge some of those like Alpine moons and stuff. Damping. I don't think you want Damping Sphere. No, I didn't get any spoilers this set. Seems like it would have been a pretty good set to get some spoilers, though. What are the white pathways for Hardcast Leyline? The white pathways are good for Hardcast Leyline, hitting white cards off Ragavan, and then having less mountains in your deck that's main decking Sundering Titan. So if you just have like all pathways into the Bugbear Saga, the legendary lands, and you don't draw one of your 3 mountains, and you Sundering Titan, you don't have to blow up your own mountain. Could be correct to play 1 more pathway and only play 2 mountains. I think I kind of want the 3rd one for like Besiege You games because we're kind of soft to Besiege You, but it's kind of close maybe. How critical is the 3rd time warp in the Cyber Bank Company? Is it worse to test without until it arrives? You can test without it till it arrives. I think the card is really important. It gives you a lot of equity against opposing combo decks and 4-color control. But you can play without it if you don't want to play some FNM, Alright, Giganta, still my companion. Ooh. Okay, we have Ragavan, Mox Amber, and Shinka to go with the Ragavan. We're on the draw. We don't have a second land to land. I can't mulligan this. Seriously good because they can't change spells. Seems very slow, and they're going to have answers to it. And Infect is also definitely capable of just playing 1 spell a turn. Alright, love to draw a 1-drop to use my Mox Amber mana on. Awesome Burger. Yeah, Boros Lotus Field's fun deck. But kind of itching to play it again, to be honest. Whoa! Sultai, okay. Well, can't block. Let's attack. Okay, probably not going to play the Blossoming Defense here. You just play a turn 2 Fable with the Mirror Breaker and hope to not be dead. They did miss their second land drop, so they have a lot of spells in their hand. And we're definitely not that good at blocking, but we have got a few draws at a answer for next turn. It's worth playing Mox Amber because Ragavan. You have Ragavan and Asmo as 8 1-mana legends that you can use with Mox Amber. And then Mox Amber has, a pretty low floor, obviously being a 0-mana Darksteel Relic or whatever. But what's cool about Mox Amber in this deck is that It's a 0 mana artifact, which has upside in a deck with Trash for Treasure, so that you can just put something into play to sacrifice immediately. You have lots of ways to discard it if it's bad. The floor on it is just not that low, and I think the upside is high enough to just play the first copy at least. Oh boy. Someone called it too, being able to cast Asmo the turn you draw her. So much mana this turn. Let me attack with the team though. Treasure token, get back to Daredevil. Hit my opponent with my Ragavan. Scale up, not too helpful. So I'm casting Asmo, I'm casting a cookbook. Then I think I'm also going to... Yeah, let's go ahead and blood token away the Daredevil. See if we find anything else more helpful. That'll do it. That'll do it. Let's just get God-Pharaoh's Gift. Should be GG. I love God-Pharaoh's Gift. I haven't seen the new Remy video, no. I saw the title. It's like the humorless. We're doing it. I always love like synergistic mid-range / combo decks like this. Really fun. Trigger the Daredevil. Probably would have forgotten this trigger in paper. Yeah, God-Pharaoh Tribal. We have both of the big God-Pharaoh artifacts in the deck. I've already mixed them up once. And there's no 1-mana spell that kills me here, right? They did draw the land, so they can cast a spell. I did mean statue this game though. They can cast a spell. Be sad to lose this one. Did I consider Reality Heist the Blue Affinity deck you played yesterday since your hits are good? It's just... I guess you could play Heist over Urza. The problem is, I think you need like 16 good hits for Heist though. We'll see. Scale up because with Exalted? No, scale up is just 7. Scale up is just 7. I mean, they only have one blocker. They'll block the Asmo. They'll take 3, 4... They'll take 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, no. Scale up plus Pendlehaven. No, they couldn't activate Pendlehaven and cast Scale up. Brainstone and Upheaval along with Sphinx. That sounds very fun and horrendous. They'll have 2 blockers. They will not have 2 blockers. If they're going to cast a spell, they have to tap their Hierarch. There's a God-Pharaoh statue in play, chat. There's a God-Pharaoh statue in play. How do you keep doing such creative things? How does Esther live with the mad scientist? No, he's very supportive. I don't know. I mean, this is all I do. I love what I do. Not too deep, to be honest. I was wrong. Ignore me now. I have to shame you if you're wrong. Ooh, I wonder if you could play a Lightning Greaves now that we have... So maybe they're just going to go for it next turn. But we could maybe play a Lightning Greaves now that we have a Fable of the Mirror Breaker in the deck. Just like give both these cards haste and the Goblin Engineer haste. Could be okay. Are we going to lose? Because it kind of feels like we're going to lose. Oh, I didn't see the new Elf Lord. Let's see it. I guess so there's going to be a new Elf, Goblin, Merfolk, Zombie maybe? Get a new Zombie Lord? Can't you Needle the Hierarch? No, Needle doesn't stop mana abilities. Human Lord? I didn't see there. I didn't know there was a Human Lord, but that would be cool. Libo, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. Alright, so they're gonna go into 2 life off the statue. You get no help from the Ragavan. You play this. I don't think needling anything here is relevant. I'm dead too, I think only scale up also, right? I don't think there's another card that gets me. Hey Itachi, how's it going? We have Elf, Merfolk, Soldier, Goblin, Black is unknown, unless Assassin. Alright, I forgot everything has been freaking leaked. I saw this one, King Darien. It's like a fun card. Ground by again, there's a God-Pharaoh statue in play, chat. There's a God-Pharaoh statue in play. They can only cast 1 spell this turn. There's no way for them to cast 2 spells unless they go land, double mutagenic growth. And so with only 1 spell, I think it's only scale up that gets me. And they do have the scale up. So we go to game 3. Shinka on Ragavan to make pump spells relevant hits. That was actually not in my range of plays, I guess. But yeah, that would have been pretty sick. Damn it. 1 + 4 + spell is enough. It's not. That's 6 infect, right? I was at 3 infect. Right? I had 3 infect, right? On me? Or did I have 4? Oh no, you're right. You're right. I had 4. You're right. No, any +4 is lethal. You're right. Okay. Just click submit. I can't lose to infect. I can't do it. Right. I thought I had 3 infect on me. Tough stuff. Maybe this matchup's not as good as I thought. I mean, Asmo's really good against Blighted Agent. We didn't get it quite fast enough that game. Why can't Asmo kill Blighted Agent? We didn't have 2 treasure or 2 food tokens. We could only make 1 food token. Quad Epicures and an Asmo. If I have just 1 mounted in this hand, I guess I'm keeping, but I don't. I'll keep Ragavan Shinka on the play, and against a deck that can't really kill it very easily. Opponent's on a Modal 6. We also have Urza Saga to get Pyrite Spellbomb. Is Voidmere sauce against mutagenic? It's freaking lost in the sauce. I don't know what to tell you. Although if they play a Glistener Elf on turn 1 and I play my Shinka, then I'm not getting my Saga down quickly enough. But I feel like I have to play the Din on turn 1. Okay, new Elf. Elves get +1/+1 for 2 mana. Whenever you cast an Elf spell, you may play green, draw a card. Holy shit. What? This says what? This says it even has Visionary in the name, so flavorful. Playing Pyrite Spellbomb here, so if they mutagenic growth, I can kill the Hierarch. But I'm supposed to attack first, so if they mutagenic growth, to save the Hierarch here, we get to at least hit with the Ragavan. Oh, awesome. I haven't seen the Soldier one. I don't know, it definitely feels like these cards are like very intentionally designed to be pushed for like specifically modern tribal decks, which is awesome. Okay, they do have Glistener Elf, which is fine. Could block that one. They also didn't have mutagenic growth last turn, so I don't think they're gonna have one this turn. I don't see that card helping against Fury, though. Yeah, I mean, the reality is, like, Fury is not at that... I guess it's actually a lot more common, like, the last 2 weeks than it's been, but... You know, for the longest time, Fury has just been, like, a one-of and 4-color Omnath. It's not, like, really the reason that that Elves is not seeing a lot of play. You know what I mean? The one-of and 4-color Omnath as a tutor target. So it's like a bit deeper than that. But now that Scam is a popular deck, then yeah, it's tough. Balmore, Battle Mage Captain. If you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control gain +1/+1, oh, and trample to end of turn. Dude, this shit Dyna charges whenever you cast an instant or sorcery. It's a wizard. Reminds me a lot of the 3 mana with 3 mana 2/2 flying wizards you control gain prowess. But the trample is big. Not getting the toughness is big too though. What do you lose to here? Or just jump in? That just breaks Pioneer Prowess? Maybe. It seems good there, yeah. That, like, I think that's like the kind of obvious spot for it. Okay, they're just gonna scale up to kill the construct, sure. Okay, drawing Ovalchase Daredevil. Not super duper relevant. Could get a cookbook. Cookbook would like make my trash for treasure a lot better too. Pyrite Spellbomb or just seems like way too important though. You could right click it on an Oza and it'll say newly controlled if it's the one you just played. I don't think I'm supposed to Spellbomb in response. They're just like way too likely to play another pump spell. I can block here, force that other pump spell out. Do we cast any card for Ragavan this game? No, I should maybe be Shinka-ing my Ragavan though, so I could potentially cast a pump spell. Okay. Down for that trade though. Shocks and Breeding Pool. Is your last card Mutagenic Growth? Or do they not realize that I can Pyrite Spellbomb this? Alright, it was that one. Ooh, the very fancy Voldaren Epicure kill. Jamming Restoration of Aganjo in this deck. This deck's already pretty clogged up at 3. And I would want to splash a color for it. I don't think that card's that good overall. I've been thinking a lot about that card lately. I think it's kind of mid. First strike, Ragavan only match. Oh, that's true. I have to have multiple creatures attacking. Combo card at the same time, which is, you know, what it's doing here. Just like really power up that card. Best of the 3 lords. Probably the elves one. The card's crazy. Or playing against Wafo. Awesome. Hopefully, there's no prismatic ending for my Aether Vial. Yeah, Engineer's just I agree, such a cool card. Okay, so playing against Teamer, which is good for me. Couple turns, we get to Leyline Manufactor. Triple Cookbook. Would be much better if we had a Daredevil, obviously. Yeah, the Merfolk one's good. I mean, you Merfolk players are just like a ravenous school of fish, though. Okay, Dead Epicure. Depicure, perhaps. No way. Dude, we just keep drawing Daredevil at, like, just the perfect time. Any Urza Saga tokens will be large and in charge this game. I think we're going to lose our Daredevil this turn, though. Or our Manufactor this turn. But I can also just start vialing in Daredevil every single turn. No lightning bolts! No lightning bolts here. Let's freaking go, dude. We have officially untapped. So we have 7 mana. I think I'm going to cast my Fable, cast my Ragavan, pass. Probably not resolving, but no, you can't. You can always. We did always yield to the Daredevil trigger. You can always yield to it. You can't always yes because it's a different object each time. It's really annoying. Okay, the new red-green creature. The new red-green creature is non-token, unfortunately. Maybe has Odawara. Memory Deluge. You can always yes to do it once per trigger. Yeah, that's true, yeah. But I usually find that, so like if you only have one Manufactor, right? If you only have one Manufactor, you can either go right-click, always yes, or you can just click OK 3 times. I think clicking OK 3 times is a little faster than right-click, always yes. But certainly marginal. The Icefang army, huh? I guess if I violin this Daredevil, then I'm not going to get to discard it to the Fable for value. Which is probably the priority for me here. I think I need to keep this trash for treasure, though. Okay, it's a good one. I think this is getting countered. Yeah, Fable discarding for Asmo again, huh? Where's Aether Grid? Yeah, the Manufactor. We've played that deck before. This is Manufactor in this deck is just like a 1 of tutor target, but a pretty good one, huh? Okay, so let's go attack here. Get back our Daredevil. Full wagon, think of the 21 months. Played my first RCQ this month. Think I'm gonna play your mono blue Urzalis. I like that deck a lot. I do feel like it's underrated. I recommend it. So we have some game objects. Let's sack like 1 clue right now. I already played my land this turn. Let's double check. Let's sack 1 more clue token. Okay, just pass for now. Don't want to lose all my mana. Well, I'm finally hitting those land drops. These Urza Saga tokens are going to be thick as hell. I'm really surprised Wafo's not been able to like find a bolt for this yet. Okay, let me violin this Daredevil. Keep this on 4. Am I supposed to hold up Cookbook in case you crack a clue? I have a blood token to trash for treasure if I want to this turn. Alright, do you want a Ridden 6? Snapcaster Mage, target Archmage's Charm. Okay, well I'm happy enough that that's dead, so I can just keep discarding here. Let's just pass for this turn. I'm gonna make some game objects in response to the Archmage's Charm. I don't know if they're gonna steal my Aether Vial though. Target player draws 2, so let's go. Make a Saga token, get back Daredevil. Discard, discard, discard. Pass. Another Archmage's Charm. Steal my token would be sad, but they have to do it on their turn or kill my reflection of the Kiki Jiki, because I'll be able to copy it. You could Saga, you could Cookbook back your Asmo. Yeah, I would rather, I think, just triple up every turn for now. Instead of digging for Sundering Titan. I mean, I only have 7 mana, so it's like if I go spend 2 mana, sack 1 clue, draw Sundering Titan immediately, trash for treasure, it's just going to get countered. I'm going to use all of my mana against Wafo, who has, you know, infinite counter magic in hand. You know, it's Wafo. I don't need to be in a rush here. Shadowspear GG. I think that they're very likely to have Archmage's Charm. I do think I'm going to get the Shadowspear, though. Alright, I don't have anything discarded. So if Waffle has Counterspell plus Archmage's Charm, he can survive. But it probably makes some sense to start digging this turn, too. Steal the Shadowspear. Okay, I can't do anything about that. Steal the Shadowspear. And then counter this. Okay. So now I can go 4 mana, Cookbook back Asmo, cast Asmo, kill the Ice Sphinx win. An elegant win, if I do say so myself. Like, people always say that these decks seem hard to play in paper, but they're actually, I think, easier to play in paper because you just get to put a dice on top of your tokens. You just get to put a dice on top of your tokens, and it's just much easier to maintain. What are you doing here? I think I like my threats. I don't think I want to change any of those. I think I'm interested in Pithing Needle. I think I'm interested in Welding Jar. I'm interested in cutting the Shadowspear. I kind of like cutting an Asmo against the control deck. I think playing the 4th Den is good against the control deck too. I'll cut a Mountain. Oh, I guess they might have both Seiji though. I can cut a Pathway. Got the White Pathway. Seems fine. Don't need to go too crazy. Maybe cutting an Asmo is just too bad. Cut an Epicure. Let's do that. Yeah, it's close. Thoughts on Nexus of Favor, Cymrical for the mill matchup in a blue deck with counterspells. Well, when you say a blue deck with counterspells, you could be talking about blue-white control, Murktide, Teamer control. I typically think that you want to play Emrakul unless you're like really good at casting Nexus of Fate. So decks that are good at casting Nexus of Fate are like Jeskai Lotus Field control, Teamer Reclamation that can make a lot of mana. I think that in blue-white control, Murktide, you're going to play Emrakul. In a blue deck with counterspells with more mana, you can play Nexus. Yeah, only 1 Vial. I mean, that is the thing about one-ofs. You're going to draw them. But it's good to be able to Saga into Vial, just be able to Vial and Asmo. And it's not bad to draw either. Could we play more Manufactors? So my first draft of this deck played 4 Vial, 4 Manufactor. But 4 Vials didn't feel very good, and 4 Manufactors felt like we had too many 3-drops. So if you play more 4 Manufactors, you have 12 3-drops. It's like too many. So I think just a 1 of as a Engineer target is good. 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 1 of as a Engineer target is And also, you have to remember, like, Waffle just didn't have a lightning bolt. If Waffle has a lightning bolt there, like, you know, nobody's asking if we should play more manufactors. Did I cover my primary win condition? Well, this is a Trash for Treasure combo deck that has Ragavan, Asmo, Urza Saga, the Bugbear, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We got a lot of threats. You'll win the game with something, hopefully. Since good if it draws Engineer, either Saga, any of the big creatures to discard. I think we can keep. Vial seems good enough that I think 2 is correct. I think 2 or 3 is probably correct. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is really hard to put 2 copies of Aether Vial in the deck. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play the Epicure on turn 1, so if they go red and 6 ping, I can dash kill the Ren. And Waffo pinged the Epicure last game, so that's definitely a line that is in his wheelhouse here. Yeah, it's just really tough to play any number between 1 and 4. You know what I mean? It's like just not easy to register 2 or 3 copies. You definitely could. I'd obviously be interested to hear what you would be cutting for these cards. So you've obviously Zaba correct. Yeah, I think I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I also don't want to hear the Spike 2 vials. What's the math on 2 vials? You could be right for sure, but it's a bit early for me to pull the trigger on something like that. Conduit is really good with Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Urza Saga. In this list, it's just a 1 of 2 to target for your 1 of 2 to target for your Goblin Engineer. I think it's good to have a couple, value 2 to targets for Engineer, just like really maximize that card. Hey Ross, how's it going? Alright, I'm Custom Monkey. I have Shinka to get through another Ice Fang. Can maybe channel this next turn. If I figure out recommendations for cut staff, those for Cam wrong. Yeah, maybe. So now Urza Saga becomes one of our best draws. This is just chilling until then. Is the construct from Dollhouse of Horror not worth the 1 extra mana? I literally don't know what any of those words mean. The construct is the construct from Dollhouse of Horror, not worth the 1 mana. What in the world are we talking about? Also, yeah, when people go the 1 extra mana, people will say, is it not worth the 1 extra mana? As if, like, 1 extra mana in Modern is not, like, infinity mana. But I'll read it. Dollhouse of Horror is 5 mana, 1, exile target creature from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of the card, except it's a artifact this types gains haste. So we're trying to trash for treasure this? I feel like God-Pharaoh's Gift is way better to trash for treasure. Because it just doesn't cost you any mana, and right? It doesn't cost you mana to activate. And then most 4/4 is bigger than most of your creatures also. But making an artifact is interesting. But you can also hardcast Dollhouse of Horrors more easily. Oh, that's what you mean by 1 extra mana, the activation. Well, what's one of each construct you control against haste on a turn? I don't know, it's interesting. No, Waffle's not playing 4 color. Waffle's playing Teamer control. Yeah, I think the 4/4 in a deck with like Goblin Engineer, Epicure is better, but it's interesting. It's interesting. I always want to make Bolas Citadel decks, they're awful. You can play 1 copy of Bolas Citadel in mono black coffers with Karn. Yeah, I know that Dollhouse synergizes with Urza Saga tokens, but I think that's the kind of like lost in the sauce synergy to like some extent where if you have a bunch of Saga tokens and you've been able to activate your Dollhouse of Horrors, the extra like +3/+3 these creatures are getting is just like almost never going to be relevant. You're winning that game every single time. I don't think it's a synergy that matters almost at all. So I think we're gonna go for God-Pharaoh's Gift here. That's what people mentioned. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We are a little lost in the sauce today. What does lost in the sauce mean? As I mentioned, yeah, it's a pretty common expression, I guess, on this channel now. It's somewhat hard to define, but this is a concept that I think I see a lot when I see people brewing and when I myself brew as well. I see a lot of people recognizing a synergy, recognizing an interaction that's cool and that's interesting to them and that they think would be something that's like fun to build around, to brew around. And this interaction is, again, cool and interesting, but is also just like not good enough to play. It's not like a good enough interaction to build around. It's not competitive enough. There's a problem with it that you kind of like overlook because you think the interaction is cool. And so you just get a little lost and you got to come back to earth. Whoa, baby! Oh, man. I guess it's kind of ambitious to assume Wafo's not going to have counter magic. Can we side out our Trash for Treasure package? It does seem like really bad against Wafo. And also, if Wafo's brought in like any endurances or something, it's like a lot worse too. Okay, this is definitely getting bounced. Yeah. Okay, let's go to game 2. Let's start game 3. And let's try to cut the Trash for Treasures. Do something like extra Epicure. Okay, so what if we do something like one God-Pharaoh's Gift, 3 Trash for Treasure, and then we play the Soul Guide Lantern, and play the extra land? Seems fine. Oh, baby, a Cryptic Command. I saw that he'd appear in some way I'm picking him. Yeah, I think if we cast Madcap Experiment in this deck, we might take some damage. Or not hit Emperion. Goldfish Link. I'll do the Goldfish Link. Okay, on the play, can a mod please set this up as the DAC Expansion Explosion? Thank you for the 7 months. Gigantic Companion. Definitely keeping this. Need to draw a couple things. Or connect with Ragavan. What manufacturer defines a big deal for XL? No, manufacturer is not a big part of this deck's game plan. It's just like a value Goblin Engineer target. One that we might get here. Yeah, but it's just like a value Engineer target. Okay, cool. So I'm glad that we pivoted a little bit away from... Ooh, that's a good draw. Pivoted a little bit away from the graveyard focus synergies. And here I can go Vial, Springleaf Drum, Asmo Cookbook. They do have the relic for the Daredevil discard though. Pretty good turn 2. The Vials have been pretty sick. I've had 4 in my first draft. It's just like, you really don't want to draw more than 1 copy. I mean, you can discard them, but it's tough. Leylines in the sideboard are for the creativity matchup. That deck's like so popular and like really, really hard. You don't have a lot of good options. It's gonna be a Aether Vial and Giganta kind of game. Oh, the card missing from the main on Goldfish is a basic mountain. I guess I need to edit a copy. I can't edit the actual list. Beseiju, go. So this is kind of weird. I'm going to discard Goblin Engineer so I can Asmo and Ice Fang. And I can discard it when they cast the Ice Fang here and return the Daredevil also. Just like, you know, super telegraphed, right? Let me damn it. I mean, whatever. The Shinka's like not the worst draw. But it's definitely like a draw that would have let me like not discard the Daredevil if I had it in my hand. Ice, okay. Interesting. So let's make a treasure token and then decide if I'm going to just cast Ovalchase Daredevil or if I'm going to put Giganta in the hand. I think I'm just going to cast Ovalchase Daredevil. Okay, updated Stream Decker or Goldfish link if someone wants to fix the command. No cards in hand. Where we're going, we don't need cards. How is Leyline stopping creativity? It doesn't stop creativity, but it makes Archon really bad. You know, it doesn't stop creativity, but it just makes their Archon of Cruelties 6 mana flyers that died to Asmo and that you can race really easily. Explosives on 0. Rest in peace, Asmo. Then Chalice on 0. Okay. Tick up. Din is not a bad draw. Let's see if we hit anything. Nope. Waffle's stuck on 2 lands. Might pop the Relic here. Ooh. Tough. So if I fire up the Den of the Bugbear and my opponent has Ice Fang, then we trade Ragavan for Ice Fang, but then my opponent goes to 1 and I have a Goblin token. Seems worth it. Yeah, it's fine. Once at 1. It's always a good place for your opponent to be when you have a Den of the Bugbear. They're playing a lot of fetch lands. True Power, 30 months. I've been trying to build a trash pile, bringing back Citadel for some time over the pile. Yeah, me too. I know we've done a few deck techs for decks like this in the past. I think I was looking at like the mono red list with like Ragavan, Asmo, Saga, the blasts. I thought that this would be a good like way to adapt them. You know, I think as cool as Citadel is, I don't think it's better than the cards I'm playing, unfortunately. Mana Symbol, 28 months. Take my money for the trash piles. I will gladly take your money for the trash piles. Right, 1 mana win the game. 1 mana win the game? Question mark. Ping. Cool. Yeah, I think like just the Amber and the Vial, like what's you know, beyond them just being tutor targets, the Amber and the Vial, they're also like really good to draw 1 of, if that makes sense. Like you're like pretty happy to draw the first Amber and the first Vial a lot of the time, and you're like not ever happy to draw 2. Or almost never happy to draw 2. On the play, pretty good start. Dead Ragavan. No more Mox Amber mana. It's all falling apart. Yeah, pretty sure we're supposed to play the Vial. And if they dash Ragavan, they dash Ragavan. That's fine. Could you go back to Karn the Great Crater, some of these targets to the board? You can't play Karn the Great Crater in a deck like this with no mana acceleration. People suggest that a lot, but you just need mana acceleration for Karn to be a reasonable card. Ticking this up is kind of dicey. If I draw Asmo, it's bad, but I think we have to. Fable here is also probably not resolving. I think I'm supposed to jam it. Draw Trash for Treasure next turn. We can Goblin Engineer, Trash for Treasure. Ooh. Consider looking for a Spell Pierce. Scott, 2 months, appreciate you. Will this be playable at MonoR Prowess? Whenever you cast instant sorcery, put a +1 counter on it. Oh, it has Trample on it. Trample on it is pretty big. It's only instant sorcery, so it doesn't trigger off Mishra's Bauble or, enchantments. It also, oh, dude, they had this Spell Pierce, or maybe they found it. It also competes with Kiln Fiend for, a 2 mana threat, and Kiln Fiend is just, so nuts. But it does buff its own toughness, which is pretty important as well, so, I don't know. Interesting option, interesting card. Well, we have the combo. Unfortunately, I can't really bring myself to jam against 3 open mana against Murktide. We did beat Murktide earlier. Hope we can keep beating them. Is there room for Spyro? No. I think you have too many 3-drops if you play Season Pyromancer and Fable, I think. You could maybe play 1 Season Pyromancer, you know what I mean? You could play 1 Season Pyromancer, but there's definitely not room for a full playset of both. Oh, and also if you place the first Season Pyromancer, makes you lose this card. And Jigantha's good in the deck, Was there ever a Madcap Empyrean deck? Yeah, there's plenty of decks in the past that have had that sideboard plan. We used to play it on the channel a bunch, actually, back in the day. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put the 7 mana one that returns creatures in the yard. Statue would be fine too, probably. Gonna try to Vial in this Jigantha. Oh, they're playing Opt? Oh yeah, they're probably not. They're not stock Murktide for sure. This Trash for Treasure is. It's never resolving. I think I'm just gonna attack and pass. I just don't need to trade this for a counterspell right now. Yeah, but there may be Blue Moon. Playing multiple copies of Opt. Fire the Engineer, it's fine. They only have 4 cards in their hand. 3 cards in their hand. If I draw a land, we'll just into the Bugbear. I probably am supposed to discard Jigantha. No, let's just attack and pass. Blood token to Asmo, but oh, you know what? I'm supposed to Trash for Treasure this turn, and then discard what I draw next turn. Cast Asmo, Vial, and Jigantha. Could maybe keep the Mox Amber, but I think the Blood token's more relevant for Asmo. Just gonna get countered. I should have done this pre-combat, obviously, to trigger the God-Pharaoh's gift, but I'm still supposed to just trade this for a counterspell right now. Yeah. Rivaz of the Claw, Menace, add 2 mana of any combination of colors, only to cast dragons. Once on each of your turns, cast a dragon creature spell in the yard. If you cast a dragon, this creature spell, when it dies, exile it. Cool card. Wish I could play it in my Burgie deck. Alright, there's Snipe Casting. Other soldiers get +1/+1. Exile from your graveyard, put a +1 counter on each soldier you control. Dude, why is the white one always... Okay, it's not always the worst. White cards have got a lot of love. This is by far the worst of the lords. It's Laughably, laughably the worst one, I think. For like how pushed the other 2 mana lords are, this one's a big disappointment. No, no. My machinations crumble, huh? Do I like the new Luris Angel? I can't remember what that card does, actually. So I guess I'm not a big fan. It's Luris, but with lands and exile clause. Could someone link it? I should need a little bit more info. Hope they Vial into Venser. Yeah, but it's definitely more of a blue-red control deck. Yeah, we haven't seen the black one yet. The Temur ones are all really good. The Goblin one, the Elf one, the Merfolk one are all really good. The white one is so bad. But listen, white cards got so much love the last 2 years because the white players, they all bullied Wizards into giving them good cards. So I don't want to be too upset. It's Kess. Oh, that card. The Angel Luris. Yeah. Thank you. I like the card. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I like it. It's a tribal card. Who cares? Well, I care because the Merfolk, the Goblin, and the Elf one are all like very clearly designed to power up those tribes in modern tribal decks. Like, you know what I mean? And then the white one like could have been a good human, and like the human's deck in modern needs a buff, and it needs specifically a good 2 mana creature. It doesn't need a 3 mana creature. It needs like a good 2 mana like tribal payoff, and this like very easily could have been that, and it wasn't. The white one's probably gonna be the only one playable in standard. That's a good point. Don't Keranos me. What is this? A bluff. A good bluff, huh? So they could have made a new Thelos UC. Yeah, so like it just like humans needs another tribal payoff really at 2 mana. I think that's like really what the deck needs, so that's what I was hoping for. Are they gonna steal the Asmo? Good, draw 2. They draw 2. Have another den. Magic Wizards missed the mark on a card. I don't know. Wizards design I've been a big fan of for the last couple of years. This is just like one of the first like big disappointments I've seen. I don't know. And maybe it's just because I got so hyped from the other ones. This would be a good standard card. Sorry, was I supposed to discard Asmo end of turn? Alright, whatever, I'm just gonna den. Freaking young Pyromancer, huh? Weird day today. Yeah, they might Violent Gear Hulk. that would be worth it. Fire the den, make a token. Chump block, go to 3. I'm gonna discard Engineer end of turn, I think. Surprised they didn't ice the den? Yeah. I think that might have been the better line. Dude, I do love Young Pyromancer. My first ever GP, I played Caleb D, Grixis Delver, Young Pyromancer, Gitaxian Probe. Lost my winning in for top 8. Oh my gosh. Okay, I mean, I will say this. Bedlam Reveler, very cool card. You really shouldn't be playing Bedlam Reveler. Dude, they were trying to violin Bedlam Reveler. But you really should be playing Bedlam Reveler in your deck with counter spells. It's like pretty big tension. If I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, but they had... I don't know. They had those violent one next turn, huh? Yeah, but very, very cool. A lot of style points. Have to kill the Reveler, I think, so I can keep attacking. If they can trigger Prowess 3 times, we're not winning anyways. Uh-oh. I mean, they've already used a lot of Ops and Considers. They have to trigger it 2 more times. It's just not that likely. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. Attack with the team. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. Are they going to Violin Reveler next turn? If I discarded backup Asmo a couple turns ago, this game might have been over already. Maybe. When they cast the Reveler, I should have discarded something for sure. If that's the turn you're talking about. I was supposed to discard the Engineer that turn. But keeping the backup Asmo is also, you know, not irrelevant. They're a Lightning Bolt deck. They're pretty likely to have some answers for it. Aether Vial's on 8, though. I've never seen... I don't think anybody in the history of Modern has ever vialed in a Bedlam Reveler before. My opponent still hasn't done it, but they have the ability to. What a game. 3 cards in their hand. And they pass. Draw another brick. Do it. Do it. Probably getting countered. Oh. Stand corrected. I might discard this cookbook next turn, so I'm going to hold it. Yeah, I mean, if we were to sack a cookbook to get a creature back, I don't know. I don't know what creature we're getting back here. They only have 2 cards in their hand. They probably would have Revelered if they had a Reveler already. Yeah, we'll play Elves with the new card for sure. We've played Elves a couple times. We usually like play Elves whenever there's a new buff to the deck, and this new card is a huge buff. Why is card over the match score? It's like a new addition to it. I didn't make it. It's the MTG bot guy. Drawing 2 in response. New Elves and Lord of the Rings. Yeah, when is the new Lord of the Rings thing coming out? It's not this year, right? It's next year? The year after, maybe? I could use my treasure token to first strike and not unless I do 2 damage burn spell. I think that's a bit loose. Spring 2023. Okay, so not that long from now. We won. We won. Crazy. Their hand must have been all lands. I really didn't think we were gonna win that game. So against Wafo's Teamer control deck, I ended up sliding out a lot of the Trash for Treasure package, thinking that it was going to be too vulnerable to the counter spells, and I think that still makes some sense here. I think 1 Welding Jar is probably fine. They probably are going to be bringing in some amount of shatter effects. Although Needle doesn't seem that relevant. Pyrite Spellbomb could be good as a 1-of. Kill Ragavan. I think I'll bring in the Den. I don't think I'm going to cut a land this time. But it says next card was Reveler, but they shouldn't have scooped. We have a Lantern in the sideboard. We could play that. It's not like particularly good Bedlam Reveler hate, but I guess I've come to the stream today and I'm not that resilient to Bedlam Reveler. maybe we'll just go down to 2 Trash for Treasure. Yeah, that card for Mono Red. I mean, I think Mono Red, Prowess, and Pioneer should like almost definitely splash Treasure Cruise, but yeah, that card is pretty good. I love spoiler season. Okay, so a domain O-ring, flash 1 less for each land type among basic lands you control. Wow, this card is holy shit. This card is great. This card costs, so you can go like fetch Triome, untap, and then you can go like tap Shockland, or you can even go Shockland, a white Shockland turn 1, Triome turn 2, 1 mana just O-ring. This card is insane. It's a 1 mana flash O-ring, but you can't cast on turn 1. This card is absurd. You could even, oh my gosh, that card is absurd. Okay, let's keep this. Yeah, even blue-white control can play this card. It's just not that hard to Triumph Shockland. Oh, and you can play it in Cascade decks? Holy shit! Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's actually nuts. The Cascade decks just get to play this card really easily. No, stop. No! I needed this to resolve. Stupid Aether Vial. Yeah, I predict that this card is going to be very good. It's not that great on 4 color, no blink value. I mean, I don't know if you need blink value. The card is just good without it. Yeah, you can play it in 4 color for sure. This card seems like, if you're in the fetch land Triome format, it seems like one of the best removal spells ever printed. Land would be really nice. No luck. Let's just draw a card, I think. Yeah, we've seen this one. We've seen this card a bunch. The trample is really nice. I like the card. The fact that it doesn't trigger on all. Oh, come on. The fact that it doesn't trigger on all non-creature spells is kind of tough, though. Yeah, I think this set is really strong. I'm pretty hyped for it. Dude, that card is nuts. The card is so crazy. They're gonna get to engineer for some value. For another lantern. So I guess I could needle lantern, but then they can instant speed stop me anyways. I didn't even bring in the needle. So just lantern their lantern. Okay, I can lantern their lantern. I can get Springleaf Drum. Okay, Cookbook. I think I'm gonna lantern their lantern. Just so annoying if they start looping these. And I'm gonna cast Fable. They have 2 cards. If they have a counterspell, it's bad, but I need to get something going. Only for the past few years where the idea of white is we come from. It's just an EDH thing. It was also a modern thing for sure, but it does really feel like the players who like white cards bullied Wizards into like making tons of nutty white cards. They had a very effective lobby. What can I say? The lobby of white cards was very, very effective in convincing Wizards that yes, we did need a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, whereas the blue lobby and the green lobby have been very weak for a while. Okay, I'm gonna draw a card. If I don't draw like another Epicure, I'll just concede, I think. I'll play it out with this one. I can't cast it this turn, but I got some good draws. That turn 1 Spell Pierce on the Vial was dirty. Choose target creature you control, target creature you don't control. If you cast a spell during your main phase, those creatures get +1 until end of turn. Those creatures fight each other. Oh, but you get the +1/+1. Sorry, not both creatures. Okay, let's go to game 2 or game 3. Brutal game though. They're bringing in multiple copies of Soul Guide Lantern, so I feel like I just want to cut my lantern for the needle. Okay, let's keep this. Yeah, I did see the new Merfolk Lord. Yeah, like these new tribal cards are definitely power creep, but at least in the context of modern, tribal decks need a big buff, you know. If you're going to print a bunch of cards that are like instantly crazy against tribal decks, buffing the tribal decks makes a lot of sense. I'm really disappointed that the white card isn't a humans payoff, but beyond, I really like the other cards. You know, most of the time when they do a cycle like this, they won't make every single card in the cycle like crazy good. As long as Play Engineer exists, tribal will always stay behind. I don't know if that's true. Especially because all of these cards Lord. I guess maybe they died Engineer by themselves. But like, you know, what deck is going to play Plague Engineer? You know what I mean? Murktide's not going to play it. Hammer Time's not going to play it. Living is not going to play it. Omnath's not going to play it. There's just like so few black decks in the format that I have a hard time imagining that there would be a real burst lightning. Whoa, I have a hard time imagining that there would actually be a Plague Engineer deck in the format. That is true. The Soldier Lord does have 2 toughness, which is nice for sure. For sure. Oops, all engineers. I guess I'm gonna get an Academy Manufactor. I've got a cookbook in my hand. Omnath will play it. They literally won't. They'll just play any number of Fury instead of not splash a color. There is no world that 4-color Omnath decides to like. 4-color Omnath is already insane against tribal decks. They're not going to dedicate Plague Engineer for you. They're just gonna play more Furies. One of Yogg as a tutor, sure. Yogg can play 1 as a tutor. But it's just like not that. It's just almost never going to be that common of a card again, or in the vast foreseeable future. I just can't imagine. Oh yeah, Squee is really good too. I forgot. Yeah, Squee goblins might play Squee, maybe not. Maybe in the sideboard. Okay, what are we getting here? I think I'm just gonna get another cookbook. Probably should have played this welding jar first, though. Although maybe could have saved it, discard to blood token. Go back to previous overlay. Okay, I guess I'm not sure what I did wrong. But thank you. I do like the old overlay more. Although if we get to bait out in a braid like this is maybe fine. Maybe not if I had the welding jar, huh? Yeah, just obvious missequencing. These are some dead engineers. Sorry, I have an Amber alert. I'm having a hard time drawing Urza Saga in these like control matchups that are just holding up all these counter spells. Saga would have been nuts either the last 2 matches. I just haven't found it. Sorry, the way I have to adjust it over here, I think. Maybe I could. The whole thing is a little weird. There we go. Okay. One more land lets me trash for treasure through an abrade though. Or through a spell pierce. Okay, so let's go blood token, discard Gigantha, cast Asmo. This could, if they have a counter spell, this could bait out the counter spell. So it seems like they have a counter spell. They chose to let this resolve. With that long pause. They could have an Archmage's Charm to steal it too. I'm going to discard my cookbook now, just so I can try to find a land to play for turn for the Den, or Urza Saga to get that going. Asmo is kind of an awkward draw though. Yeah, I can't find my box of hats. I've been wanting to bring it back. I don't know where my box of hats is from the move. Surely, you know, somewhere lost in the move, but okay, they do choose to steal. Why would Omnath play the O-Ring over Ontanice? can get any permanent, and this is 1 mana flash instead of 1 mana sorcery speed, and it's not tied, not vulnerable to land destruction. Okay, we beat Spell Pierce, we don't beat Counterspell, I'm going for it. Double Spell Pierce. Gross. Okay, opponent's out of cards. I think I just take 5 for now. Finally finding an Urza Saga. I think I'm going to try to trade Din for Asmo this turn. I could also block an Elemental token. Keep the Din around. Probably better to trade. I think I'll trade here as well now. Just keep the life total high. I would have got the Saga ticking up. Did I keep the Shadowspear in? I do have the Shadowspear in. They drew one of the 2 draws was a land. The other draw could easily be a counterspell. I mean, this is a really good draw if they don't counter it, but like, there's no world where they ever counter this. Pretty good turn. It's been a fun stream so far. Thoughts on the new Tribal Lords? The Teamer one's really good. I haven't seen the black one yet. The white one is underwhelming. I'm really excited. I'm excited about all of them. The elf one is super exciting. I love elves. Ooh. Okay, we got a game. I mean, Bedlam Reveler is a really good card. They've got 3 cards in their hand. How many Asmos do I have left in the deck? Few. 2 left in the deck. I might just leave this at 0 for now. My Gigantha's gone. I guess I could take it up for Ovalchase Daredevil, but the Young Pyromancer in play is probably not that relevant. Opponent's on a spicy Is It Homebrew. Black Lord prediction. I hope it's a zombie, not a vampire. It's probably going to be a vampire, though. Snapcaster Braid. What deck is this? This is a new brew of mine. It's a, sorry for using the B word, but it's a Trash for Treasure deck. But it says, should have let you attack, punt. I think they're right. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, opponents does need to be mindful of the clock for sure, but we'll see. 4 minutes is a lot of time. After seeing the blue one, the zombies Discord is at maximum Hopium levels. I didn't know there was a zombies Discord. What a sad place. Yeah, I can actually cookbook back Asmo Violadin if this dies, so I'll leave it around. Oh, what an insane draw. Just kidding, you know I love zombies. Just kidding. Love zombies. There's 2? Oh no. If you want to try the new Serpent, seems like Reveler would be a good card to pair with it. That is a great point, yeah. A great point. Okay, so they can't really crack their Lantern. They need to save it to break up the Daredevil loop. Okay, never mind. How's it put on 3 minutes? They've just been playing really slowly for the last 30 minutes. It's simple. They've just been playing very slowly this whole time. I think I would attack with my constructs if they're both lethal, but they're not. So I'm fine to chill. Oh yeah, my Discord server is probably full of all the zombie fans, huh? Oh, we could hardcast off the Mox Amber. I think I just want to keep it in hand, though. Although maybe this turn it's good to hardcast so I can have a second blocker after I send in with my 7/7s. Yeah, there's a Discord. I'm not active in it anymore, but people in their chat sometimes. I guess I can just gain 6 life if I need to. Yeah. Can kill the Reveler, it'll be fine. Any plans to play Aether Vial just touch Raymer anytime soon? I'm kinda itching to play it, yeah, I'll probably play it at some point. Love to see no attacks. Could maybe gain 3 there, probably fine not to also. Maybe better to have like instant speed Asmo available with the untapped cookbook. I think it's probably all fine. Gonna be really hard to lose from here. Famous last words, I guess, against the Bedlam Reveler deck. Yeah, this is still the Waffo League. I mean, we played against Waffo. We played against another like dirtily blue-red deck. Okay, bounce Snapcaster. I should have killed the Snapcaster. What am I doing? I should have killed the Snapcaster. Oops. Okay, let's cast this now. Okay, cool with that. Yeah, Snapcaster, 2 mystery cards. They're also about 1 minute on the clock. I don't know that they could close the game out in time. The new Temporal Lockdown has legs in Prison decks. Is Temporal Lockdown the new O-Ring? Because like that card is just nuts and better decks than the Hiri Boom, you know what I mean? That card is just like actually good, you know? Okay, steal this. I think I'll kill the... Or try to kill the Reveler. They can triple spell, potentially. Lockdown. Oh, the Lockdown card. I mean, I think that card will likely only be a sideboard card in Modern. Or at least that's my prediction. Oh. Well, I guess if we just draw for turn, I don't need to sack my cookbook yet. Masshole? Is that what the people are calling it? Leyline Binding and Domain. I mean, that card is nuts. That card is insane. Okay, we're 4-0 on the day. It's taken us 2 hours and 23 minutes to get through 4 matches, though. I'm having a good time. Hard to mulligan Engineer into Trash for Treasure, despite not having a 1-drop, but also not having a cheap artifact to sack. Another island has entered the chat. There have been so many basic islands this league. I remember when okay, just Murktide. I remember when I was first getting into Magic, I was like trying to understand the design philosophy of like basic lands versus shock lands versus fetch lands versus guild gates, and how I thought it was really cool how none of the dual lands had none of the dual lands were like strictly better than any basic land. There was upsides and downsides to both, and I thought that must have been how it was always like, and I was absolutely shocked to find out that about the original dual lands, the Underground Sea Tundra, all those, that they just like, I can probably get Sundering Titan here, that they just like no downside, first Magic set. You give me too much credit. Shocked was not not an intentional pun. Yeah, like at least when they were first printed, they really were strictly better. Gonna play a 4/4 Murktide. 7/7 Murktide, 4 counters. Alright. Cookbook would be a really good draw. Fable's fine here, assuming no spell pierce, but that's maybe a big assumption, huh? Please, no spell pierce, please. Dude, there's been this is like the 1000th spell pierce of this stream too. Downside only 4 in the deck. Yeah, sure. Yeah, true. I do think that was definitely the philosophy. Soldier Stompy, oh no. There's a guy in my local area that loves to play like Legacy Soldiers. To read every single card in this deck tag. I guess all the soldiers are also humans, huh? But not all humans are soldiers. Weird game. If my opponent has nothing, I can draw Cookbook and live. No, because that only does 6 damage. Just good game too. You should really expect the spell pierce when you tap that low after being a fatty. You're obviously going to reanimate it. I mean, I literally had no other lines, you know. You know what I mean? Like, I did expect the spell pierce. I also had literally no other lines there. Probably gonna bring a Needle for explosives. Maybe we'll cut a statue and a trash for treasure. Because of the counter spells. This feels good to be 4-0. I think we played against literally 4 counterspell decks, at least 3 of them. You gotta play more than 2 Thalia Guard in 3, but what are you doing? You gotta play 4, probably 4 of this card. Probably have to play 4 Brave the Elements too. Also, is this just a 6-drop in the deck? Oh no, it's not. You have Preeminent Captain. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'd probably cut the 4th one for like the. I'd probably go like -1 Warden though, -1 Falconer. I think Falconer is cap. You can sideboard Falconer for matchups with the Flying Matters. +2 Thalia or +1 Thalia, +1 Brave the Elements. I think Thalia is really good though. Why no Precinct Captain? Probably worse than your other 2 drops, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how relevant giving like your whole team flying when you also have Thalia's Lieutenant is. I don't know. No Vial, that's a Pioneer deck. Looks cool though. Could maybe be good enough. Let's get Asmo in play. Yeah. The idea with the 6-drop is you get to put it into play with the 3-mana 2/2. But the problem with the 3-mana 2/2 is like it's just so hard to untap with. You have no way to protect it besides. I guess you have Brave the Elements, but it's kind of a lot. And it's also true, like, maybe the captain is just, like, good enough with, like, your buglers and stuff that you don't need to be playing the 6-drop. It's cool, though. Okay, let's attack for 4. I think I'm gonna go Engineer Epicure, and I'm gonna bin a Manufactor and try to get that back for value here. Vesuvian Diplomacy. Hold on. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifacted creature, create a token that's a copy of it. Except it's not legendary. Okay. I don't know. It's not really a card to have too deep on our radar, I think. Cool card, though. Yeah, like, yeah, EDH card. But, you know, you have to, like... It's a lot of build around for EDH, too. Yeah, it's been a weird league. Okay, their Ragavan's not doing too much though, I guess, except maybe trading for mine. Saga's a nice pickup. Let me blood token, discard this before I do anything else. Okay. I mean, they very clearly have counter magic. So I don't think that just jamming into like 2 open mana is very good here. They might counter this cookbook too, which should be fine with. Yeah, if they want to kill my Epicure to get through with the Ragavan, that should be fine. So if I draw a land, I can resolve Fable even if they have Spell Pierce. My Kingdom for Ovalchase Daredevil. Am I putting double blocks? Am I okay with that? Am I okay trading Asmo for Shredder? I think yes. My opponent also may not double block. The new O-Ring won't see any play. Do I misunderstand what that card is? Am I misunderstanding that in a deck with fetch lands and Triumph Shocklands, this is a 1-mana flash O-Ring, and we're saying that that's not going to see any play? And also, like, it gets around Cascade restrictions, so you can play it in a Rhinos deck on turn 2 for 1 mana in your Rhinos deck. I'm just like hearing the comment that it's not going to see any play. I'm like legitimately just going to go read it again. 6 mana, flash, 1 less for each basic land type. Enters the battlefield, exile till it leaves. Okay, you guys are just, or that commenter, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. How do you play it in Cascade? You build the mana base where you have whites. You play it in Rhinos, and you play like white fetchable white lands, and you can cast it on turn 2. And then you just like you play it on turn 2, and then you cascade into Footfalls. You cascade into Footfalls instead of, and you have like a premium 2 mana source of removal, which like you don't have in Rhinos. This is huge for that deck. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be very good. Okay, make a token, just untap. Don't need to do anything else here, I think. Yeah, we're gonna get Doomwake playing the format again with some Rhino support, huh? Big buff to Rhinos. I think I am supposed to trade here. Like, if my opponent has Dress Down or Explosives, I don't take the trade here. It's just so bad. I know I like losing the Fable Sinks, of course. Attack all. Oh yeah, sorry. Although you probably don't want to like get got by like explosives hit by Ragavan. I should attack with like 1 Epicure though. Four cards in my opponent's hand. Yeah, I think just blanking the Ragavan here is still pretty good. Could be correct to attack. Alright, see if they have a counter. Three cards in opponent's hand, or 27. I've maybe been a little bit too conservative with these Epicures. See if they have a removal spell. Okay, they have a concession. Any changes we want to make for game 3? I think I like my sideboard plan. Oh, I want to cut the Saga for a Din. This is like the main matchup it's for. Although Murktide been playing like less Saga hate lately, and Saga's so good against the counter spells. Yeah, maybe I just shouldn't be playing the Din in the sideboard if people aren't playing Alpine Moons and stuff right now. Testing Asmo, Gargadon, Devil, Fling build, and it's going good. Gargadon is very nice to Devil. Have ever tried? I have played Greater Gargadon and Ovalchase Daredevil in the same deck. There's obviously a good amount of synergy between those two cards. Seems like a little bit of a lot of moving pieces. You know what I mean? You trading? All right, I accept this trade. Was this deck inspired by the Legacy deck that's in top 8 recently? Not really. I've played a lot of this, like, or I've been working on decks like this for a long time, and I would say that it is like a pretty regular thing for me to, in the evening, get like lost in the sauce with a goofy artifact focused brew. And this is definitely that today. I think I could play the drum this turn. Let's play both of these. I'm assuming blue-white should add a black lands. Either Watergrave or Triumph for the O-Ring. Yeah, obviously. Maybe 2, so like theoretically you can cast it for 1 mana, but it's going to be easy enough to do. The fact that the card can be a 1 mana flash O-Ring by turn 2 in Modern is just like unreal. Yeah, you're gonna play all 5 colors. You know, it's obviously like just a freshly spoiled card. I don't know exactly what the split's gonna be though. Oh, these blood tokens are also gonna be really good with my Daredevil, I think. The O-Ring shuts down the scam decks, use a lot of resources to make elemental. I mean, usually removal spells in response to grief, Malak Rebirth, are not good because they just stack the triggers to where they get to take your removal spell first. And also, like, this card is, you know, on turn 2, 1 mana, not turn 1. But if you top deck, it's fine, right? Better or worse than Prismatic Ending in 4 color? Hard to say. I mean, like, being an instant speed threat actually is a huge deal. Or instant speed answer is a huge deal for Hammer Time. This card is nuts. I don't know. It's too early to tell, but stupid engineered explosives. They do have to kill their own Ragavan, but very well timed. Let's just roll. Oh, I guess I can't trash for treasure. Pretty good pickup, all things considered. Yeah, with Dryad, it's kind of interesting, although probably a little slow. Not coming on until like turn 3. One more blood token. Pretty good against them, having a creature this turn. Hopefully they don't have a lightning bolt. They don't have delirium either, do they? Oh man. Hearse is good. I do have a needle in the deck, so if I could draw a saga, we can maybe needle the hearse down the line. We can also just like discard Daredevil end of turn after they tap the hearse. Why not play the land on the black side? This is the... Oh, I thought this was the red-white one. I should have played on the black side, but whatever. I thought this was the red-white one. Glad you catch this, Stream T-Bane. I think we're 25 months again. Okay, they're killing the den. So they happen. Oh, it was? Okay, then never mind. Yeah, even like I must have played. Did I play this one just really early and I just drew this one? I'm not sure that they're supposed to tap the hearse here. It probably doesn't matter that much. Yeah, I figured you liked this this name, Evan. I'm shocked that they're playing a creature into the Asmo. This is almost definitely not correct. We played a Black White Pathway, turn 2 to cast 2 1-drops. Okay, no mistakes made then, huh? Or that wasn't a mistake made, at least. Probably just supposed to Gigantha in hand here. Maybe Bloodsoaked away the land, but it's also land that casts Gigantha. I think Balmor has a home in Blue-Red Prowess. Wait, is that card legendary? But yeah, maybe. Yeah, that card's really good. The trample +1 counter. I really wish you got counters off Mishra's Bauble, but you know, you don't have to. That's not a make or break card. 2 counters with Lava Dart's pretty nice. Having trample is crazy. Yeah, I didn't realize that one was a legend though. That definitely makes the card worse than I thought it was. But it's fine. Why do you think Bedlam sees no play in Pioneer? There's another card legal in Pioneer that's called Treasure Cruise. You may have heard of it. And it sees a lot of play and it has some tension with Bedlam Reveler, actually. Gigantha, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry my first draft didn't have you. I'm sorry we're playing Seasoned Pyromancer instead. I'd like you to make it up to me. We could reconcile these differences if you just win me this game here. You've drawn a lot of pathways, yeah. Would you rather fetches instead of keep pathway for Sundering? Oh, fetch lands do nothing in this deck. I think there's literally no synergy with fetch lands in this deck than just like losing a life and thinning the library, which is not worth it. No, Gigantha, please. It's too soon. Too soon to say goodbye. Okay, so we'll go Blood Token, discard Daredevil, draw a card, cast Epicure. When this Epicure enters, we get the Devil back. And if they hearse my Daredevil response, I just discard the trash for treasure because it's useless against the hearse. And I guess I can discard the mountain. Ew. There's no way I'm trash for treasure on Springleaf Drum, am I? I can't bring myself to. Outplayed? I don't know if I was outplayed so much as my opponent just had an answer for my line. Maybe that's outplayed. Ivory again, thank you for 24 months. Happy 2 years. Welcome back. Fair Brood with Rally the Ancestors? Not really. It's usually not a card that I think has a lot of potential in Modern, to be honest. Well, I don't like it very much. Let's get our Daredevil back. Or they have to use something. Why not cookbook so they activate then trash? Hope they exile non-artifact by accident or something. Hope they exile non... We're not at that point yet. We are not at the point where we hope they exile a non-artifact or something. We're at 23 life. They have 2 cards in their hand. This game is not that over. That we are just at the point where we're hoping they just mess up. We have plenty of... We can maneuver on this hearse. We have a needle in the deck for hearse. Things are not that desperate yet. World, the 10 months. Appreciate you. Cookbook activate first. Just they just get to exile the Daredevil. I did not sideboard out any Sagas. I had the in the sideboard because you want to side it out against the Saga Hate from Murktide, but Murktide's also been playing like less Saga Hate lately, so I decided to leave them all in. We've done a really bad job of drawing Saga today. Okay. Oh no, I can't cast my Daredevil now. Okay. They have 1 card in their hand. We are going to immediately draw Urza Saga here. I just know it. I know we're drawing Saga here. Can feel it. No. So if my opponent hearses, maybe I will activate my cookbook, get back an Epicure. So they didn't do that. I think what my line's going to be is discard Daredevil. They'll activate Hearse. I'll sack my food, gain 3. I'll be basically at 15 here, and then I can bring back Epicure, cast Epicure, filter away the trash for treasure, ping my opponent. No attacks. No attacks is very interesting. I think I'm still taking this line. Opponent knows that this is bait, but I don't think that it can ever play around anything here. Sack Cookbook for Giganta. What's nice about Epicure is it like lets me loot away trash for treasure. So Epicure basically draws a card, it puts them down to 3. Who first noticed Ovalchase anyways? I'm not sure. It might have been Cherry Man. Yeah, but I can't remember who it was though. Like it was pretty early in TBH2. They figured out this interaction of Cookbook Daredevil. I don't know how long it would have taken me to find it. Definitely wasn't me. Okay, so they hearse. It's fine. I guess I'm probably not sacking my food token anymore though, because they didn't attack. Yeah, I know that Doom definitely played a lot of the deck, but I think he was the first. Not that it matters really that much, but damn it. I think I need to use my cookbook this turn. I need to use my cookbook this turn because I just don't get to use it the rest of the game if I don't use it now. Although I don't think there's much point in sacking the blood token now because there's nothing I could draw off the blood token. So I'll maybe wait here. Do you think R&D knew about Daredevil? Almost. I don't think so, no. I don't think so. New card, you pitch Solitude, O-Ring out, exile Solitude by turn 2, play Teferi, bounce it, keep your Solitude, exile another creature. That's a cool line. I don't know if it breaks it, but this new O-Ring is just nuts. Despite being told already in chat that it's going to see no play. Being able to double Fable this turn's nice. Their hand is Counterspell. Spell Pierce, they'll at least be out of cards in hand. Winning this game would be awesome. We'll be 5-0 on the day if we win. We won our first match, but ended up dropping to make some changes. Yeah, that card's gonna be crazy in Rhinos. Yeah, you can play your Rhinos. You can also just play like 4-color or 3-color bands. Oh, I can't play Violent Outburst. But you can be 4-color and 60 card if you want. Been a great game. It's got 2 cards in hand. Put him to 2. This doesn't have haste. So you want to just sacrifice an Epicure for 1 damage? I don't know if that's worth it. Alright. Dump these 2 new cards. Hopefully draw something relevant. Ideally 2 things relevant, huh? Nothing. That being said, we still have a lot of life to work with, and Fable copying Epicure is like very likely to be able to like win us the game if we can get to that point. Think it's worth playing off-color shocks and blue-white. Yeah, you're going to want to play enough shock lands that it can cost you 1 mana. It just doesn't cost you that much to play like 2 triomes or like 2 triomes, 1 shock land, one triome, 2 shock lands. It should be fine. The Channeler can crew the hearse, but yeah, they're going to lose 1 blocker, basically, no matter what they do. What an intense game. This has been a crazy league. I'm so hungry. So much brain energy being used.
Wait, let's like the food token. Okay, good card, good card. They only have 2 cards in their hand, so if they can answer this and this, good for them. They probably win. I think attacking is actually good here, though, because if they have a removal spell, I want them to kill one of these creatures. Yeah, I want them to kill one of these creatures, not my reflection. So I think an attack here is actually in order. Oh! I can also cast Daredevil now. I can cast Daredevil. Can I do a deck tech on Tamashi? I think you'll be wasting your money or channel points for Tamashi combo. I haven't thought about the deck in a long time. I've never played it. I would maybe recommend popping into Yellow Hat and getting some advice. They just go to 1. Okay, well, this means that if I can copy an Epicure that's lethal, I'm at 19. I have a bunch of blockers for the Hearse, but Hearse is huge. I think there's probably at this point also more than 10 possible modern cards from the new set, which is really exciting. It's gonna be a good time. Maybe I'll try to do 12-hour streams or something. Figure it out. So they do have the heat. They do heat the reflection. We have 2 more blockers for the Hearse, but I'm not even sure. Let's see, this is 4. I think this would be 11 power if they Hearse. I guess they should Hearse themselves here. They should Hearse themselves. I don't know if they're going to see the line. 4, 5, 9. Yeah, if they Hearse themselves, they can grow the Murktide, and then if they can find 2 removal spells, kill both of these. They do see the line. If they can, now I'm dead to 2 red removal spells, but it's not very easy for them to just have 2. They have 5 left in the deck. They have 2 cards in hand. But if they are Hearsing themselves, they're at least playing to iteration into those 2 cards, or already have 1 in their hand or something, or maybe just have both. Is there something for Murktide new set? Not that I have seen so far, I think, or off the top of my head. Yeah, we're 3 hours into the stream, and we haven't done 5 matches yet. Not that I even felt like this deck was this long to play, I think this attack is a concession, right? What am I missing? Okay. Yeah, just definitely slow opponents. But it's also whenever you play a new deck like this, you always play against opponents who just don't know what's going on, so they take more time. Good hand. Great hand. Oh, holy shit, great hand. You can play Enigmatic Leyline Binding into Griselbrand if you want to, right? I literally don't know what those words mean, Toborg. I literally don't know what you're trying to say. Another Scalding Tarn deck. This is, I think, the 4th Scalding Tarn deck in a row. Enigmatic Incarnation. Okay. I'm not gonna. I see what you're saying now. Okay, let's play Saga. Let's resolve the 2-mana spell instead of the 1-mana spell. I think we get the God-Pharaoh's gifts. We get to draw a land next turn. Ooh, creativity. Get to bring in those ley lines. Literally do not spell pierce me, opponent. I'm so done with spell pierce this league. Okay, it's fine. So next turn we can cast Trash for Treasure because we can get a Mox Amber and float a mana with the Saga. Bad matchup. Yeah, I think so. But we have 4 Leyline of Sanctities for the Archons. So it's hard to, and then also Asmo's not bad against them either. So it's maybe a wash. Does Spell Pierce belong in control decks of Modern? I think as far as like blue-white control, no. It's just like so bad to scale into late game and top deck a Spell Pierce. Surely they don't have a third copy of Lightning Bolt, right? How many Lightning Bolts could they possibly even play? So that's my third mana. I could get something else besides Mox Amber now if I wanted to. Could get just another cookbook, but I can cast another cookbook off the Amber. Let's get the Mox. I also don't think we've resolved a Trash for Treasure this league. We are 4-0 and we're playing a Trash for Treasure deck, and this is part of the deck is that you're of course like going to be able to grind through interaction and stuff, but it is funny that I don't think we've resolved one yet. Oh, we resolved it against Infect. Right. We resolved it for Drum. That might have happened. I think I'll kill the Ren in 6. You ever see a 4/4 Ragavan? 4/4 zombie Ragavan? I actually think that, you know, this is just me personally, but if I was going to design Ragavan for the first time, I would have actually just had it. I would have had it just do this at first. Just like 1 mana haste 4/4. The 1 mana haste 4/4. With all the other abilities, of course. Maybe, I was supposed to get Engineer this turn. I was supposed to get Engineer so that I could get Sundering Titan, although I guess I can just cast Engineer next turn, too. Yeah, Zombie Ragavan does look cool. Skipped breakfast today, so I'm kind of getting that lack of. Oh wait, they growth spiral and basic island. So I don't think we're actually playing against creativity. Just like teamer control again. Yeah, it's probably gonna be reclamation, right? Or escape shifts. So we get to blow up 1, 2, 3. That seemed to be good enough. That seemed to be good enough, huh? Pretty good. Just trying to think of how I'm sideboarding. Probably should look at the sideboard first, huh? Pithing Needle for Boseiju, probably good. Holding Jar, also option. Shadowspear is likely coming out. Anything else? Could cut the Mox Amber. Yeah, I think Mox Amber against all the removal makes sense if we're bringing in another 0 mana artifact anyways. No, Escape Shift can play 1 basic island. I don't think a basic island means it's not Escape Shift. I do think it's more likely to be Reclamation though. Yeah, Power Conduit lets you use like either Urza Saga or Fable of the Mirror Breaker a bunch of the time. It's just kind of like a value Goblin Engineer target. Why Emperion over Platinum Angel? Because Murktide can't Unholy Heat it. Although Angel is better against Hammer Time, I think, because they can't kill you with Infect counters. So you maybe play both, I don't know. I do know I'm going to keep this hand, though. Can Murktide don't heat the 4/4 version regardless? Yeah, but the idea is that you're going to Trash for Treasure. You're not going to 4/4 it, you're going to just bring it back as an 8/8. Do you think Retrofitter Foundry could be good in Modern? It would be too good, I think. It's just like too good of an Urza Saga target. Plays Boseiju. No Red and 6 is nice. If this connects, I'm probably going to play the Fable unless I find something better to do. Is Fiddlebitter the best deck of Modern 2 high ceiling? Yeah, it's 2 high ceiling, even for me. Ragavan into Fable, huh? Scapeshift it is. Hopefully you can find a Daredevil, but we're probably just gonna like discard our hand to kill this next turn. Let me discard the Engineer and Pathway here. Okay, play Saga. Play Cookbook, play Asmo. I think. Because they very clearly have Lightning Bolts, and I need to kill this. Oh, well. That was easy. I was planning on attacking, letting them block, and then getting a third Cookbook that I could cast. That was easy. Oh yeah, sorry, I should have made 2 food first. That was way better. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. So one good punt deserves another, huh? They're just maintaining the integrity of the game. They have 3 cards. I think we're 1 land away now from dying to Scapeshift. But they only have 2 cards in their hand now. Beseiju the Saga. Okay, it's fine. So if they're in his landscape shift, I think they get me next turn. Oh, maybe not? I can actually gain a decent amount of life. 7 lands and 6 Valka triggers. Okay, then I guess we're fine. Yeah. It's looking pretty good then. Don't think I care much about playing this Dryad. If I play Cookbook, I can still sack up to 3 treasure tokens if I want to. Or sorry, up to 3 food tokens. We're playing the white pathway for 3 reasons. For Ragavan hits, to be able to hardcast Leyline of Sanctity if we draw it theoretically, and to have less mountains in play in a deck. We're playing Sundering Titan, so if we have no basic mountains, which you only have 3 mountains in the deck, but that could allow us to not kill our own mountain. Easy 5-0, baby. And by easy 5-0, I mean 3-hour grindfest. 3-hour grindfest. Pretty exciting deck. I'm going to play another league after we open our chests. 6-0 on the day. Oh, Displacer Kitten. Displacer Kitten is huge. That one's probably worth 1 billion tickets. Yeah, after the 1-0 drop.